morning, Charlie Pierce.
Just my imagination. Yeah,
Wow, you're
running with me.
you're even creepier.
Mama, you're out of carbon freeze finally.
You're even creepier on the phone. Okay. Hi, you're in DC. You're on the way to the hearing, right?
Not yet. No,
Oh.
I'm probably going down tonight. I'm going to go to the next one.
Okay.
And then the two of them next week.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching on TV with the rest of you guys.
Oh, okay. But we were just talking about, you retweeted Stuart Stevens, who said that if Mike Pence is going to be praised for not sealing an election, I'd like credit for all the banks I've driven by without robbing them. And you just said, I'm sorry, the internet's been closed for a couple days.
That to me summed up everything. Yeah, I mean the Mike Pence Bill Barr worship was getting a little thick there for a while.
Thank you.
Especially now, where Mike Pence is out there campaigning on his record as the vice president of the guy who tried to overthrow the government.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, you said, I think a lot of people have forgotten Mike Pence was never the brightest bulb in the chandelier and that he was a political roadkill, even in Indiana, when he got picked to be the White House coat holder. That will become evident as he tries to finesse the Republican nomination. He is never going to be president. Oh, my God, dear Jesus, everyone hates you. I mean, I don't...
That's exactly right. Who's going to vote for him?
Right.
In a Republican primary.
Right. Yeah, but you're right. I keep saying this. We have to reset the bar for hero, Charlie, because people that did their jobs, whether it's on the state level up to Mike Pence, okay, yes, following the law should be what we do, right?
This would be a great time
and
for...
I think if you want to look for heroes, look for the people who are testifying today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have a better claim on the word. They have a better claim on the word than Pence does.
Yeah, but isn't it all they didn't want to break the law and go to jail? I mean,
right.
It's, yeah.
A lot of them didn't want to break the law. That's true. And Raffensperger, who I know I can't pronounce because you keep using that handy doctor's name.
Furrier. Huffar.
Yeah. Huffar. He actually wouldn't. When I was down there writing Idiot American, I was doing the chapter on the Chavo case. I tried to get in touch with Dr. Bill.
Yeah, exactly. Travis.
Oh, no, I was going to say you're making fun of Mike Pence. 14 was him and Larry Kudlow yesterday.
Oh, you have to hear this,
Yeah.
Charlie. This is Mike Pence talking about
Larry
Joe
Kudlow.
Biden.
With Larry Kudlow.
Okay, here we go.
Have you ever seen a president who refuses to accept blame and, I want to add to that, commits so many falsehoods? I'm being very polite here, calling it falsehoods. Falsehoods, on any given day, he's out there saying stuff that just ain't true. You ever see anything like that?
Oh, my God.
Never in my lifetime. There has never been a time in my life
Oh, my God.
where a president was more disconnected from the American people.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry. They were talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Hang on. Mommy gets. Oh, mommy's still fragile from surgery.
Yeah, Mommy's doing pratfalls, too.
The gaslighting
Yeah.
is... Wow, what level of
Did you fall
gaslighting
out
is
of your
that?
Did you fall out of your chair?
She did.
Yes, I did.
Oh, Mom.
I might have popped that stitch out. I don't need to go get it
Great.
removed now. Charlie, I mean, oh my God. This is Mike Pence talking about Joe Biden and not the man that just tried to have him killed.
I did not hear a word of that.
You can't. People can't
On
hear
the
the
phone.
sound bites.
No.
It was literally Larry Kudlow and Mike Pence saying of Joe Biden that I've never seen a president say as many falsehoods and be as disconnected.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's why she fell out of her chair.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that now. That may happen to me too. Yeah. I mean, this is an example of why, like, Mike Pence was loathed in Indiana when he left the job.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's move on to your piece about, you said John Eastman and Ginny Thomas should have their hands glued to a Bible for the next year. Testifying should be their new full-time job. You said, I'm apparently one of the 11 Americans to who Ginny Thomas did not text about her ideas to overturn the election. As you say, Eastman clerked for Thomas interact with his former clerk on such a historic bit of rat effing as this? Honestly, Chief Justice John Roberts, take a break from interrogating clerks about who leaked a draft opinion and get control of your renegade justice and his renegade spouse. I mean, oh my God. Go ahead.
This is. I mean, you can talk to Jill about it after I'm done, but I don't know. I'm not historian enough to find a parallel to this.
Yeah.
But nobody in that entire lash-up, Eastman or either of the Thomases, is telling the truth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean it. Okay. I know we will anyway. What are you most looking forward to today? I know Rachel last night said this is the hearing she's sort of most looking forward to.
Yeah, until tomorrow, and then
then Thursdays will be.
Rachel is very enthusiastic about all these hearings.
Me too.
No, I think today is interesting because of Raffensperger and his assistant there, who I'd forgotten about that press conference on the stairs. Sorry about that. Sorry, Camille. Where he was talking about people getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That took some cojones at that particular point of the day. I mean, because it was getting very close down there.
Yeah. But boy, it's a theme right up till now, right? When you talk about up to Dan Crenshaw and Adam Kinzinger, and I mean, it is getting dangerous out there for everybody because of these right-wing lunatics.
There was an announcement last week that really did my heart good, and it got completely lost in the news cycle. But the Department of Justice is putting somebody who threatened a local poll worker on trial.
Good.
And that to me, I'm very happy about that. Because those are the cases you don't hear about. Those are the people who have to live and work and go to the coffee shop with the people who are threatening them over the phone.
Yeah.
And if the Department of Justice's eye is on the sparrow on that one, I'm very happy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the lunacy of the Republican Party, you tweeted, the Texas GOP is going for it all. Its platform calls for nullification. Welcome to 1857. And this piece you wrote is just the Texas Republican Party celebrated Juneteenth by trying to drag us all back to 1857. I mean, it really, I mean, it's all connected. The violence against Dan Crenshaw or threats against, you name it, Adam Kinzinger.
Well, every right-wing lunatic in America was empowered for 4 years or 5 years, really.
Yeah.
All the stuff that the Republicans worked all those decades to tamp down finally got let loose.
Yeah.
And it's not going to go away for a while. Who are the Republican voters who are going to stand up and vote against this kind of nonsense?
Yeah.
I mean, they're already nominating crazy people.
Yeah. I love what you wrote about the Texas Republican platform. You said this all sounds like it was written on the cover of Lauren Boebert's middle school Trapper Keeper. But it's important to remember Texas is now
Chris, see, you guys are all young enough to remember Trapper Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
But you said Texas is now the sort of Home Depot of really bad policy ideas, bad ideas on guns, on reproductive rights, on environmental regulations, on race, on voting, are born there, but they don't stay put. Other states glom onto them, and eventually these states try to out-Texas, and too many of them succeed too damn well at it. It is legitimately terrifying, this whole Republican platform and convention.
I mean, if it was Idaho or Maine, I wouldn't care. I mean, I'd make fun of it, but I wouldn't really be worried about it. But Texas drives an awful lot of politics.
Yep.
Right. And as I said, it's where the bad ideas all come from.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Lauren Boebert, you retweeted someone that said Republican Lauren Boebert wants funding from the infrastructure bill that she voted against. She wants $33 million for the South Bridge in Glenwood Springs, even writing to Buttigieg after calling the infrastructure bill wasteful and garbage. I mean, this is who these Republicans are. Everything they voted against.
I mean, right. This is what Joe Biden laughed at Paul Ryan about.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In the vice presidential debate, where where Ryan was inveighing against the stimulus bill, and Biden pulled out the letter Ryan had written him to get, I don't know, some highway built in Janesville or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, like I say, the Republicans have voted against every single thing that would help anything we have going on now. They obviously.
And what's worse to me is they've arranged they've arranged it so they don't have to vote against this stuff.
Right.
Because it never comes up for a vote.
Yeah. Well, Biden, for instance.
And now the Democrats have to explain Senate rules.
Yeah.
To an unthinking audience.
Like, for instance, the president yesterday said he's seriously considering temporarily halting the federal gas tax as the White House takes steps to, help at the pump before July 4th. A gas tax holiday would require congressional action. White House acknowledged that they said Republicans don't want gas prices to come down. They want Biden to suffer and the American people to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's Rick Scott said rising gas prices and inflation are for the midterms.
And they're running away from the gun deal now.
Yep. Right.
They want to make it. They want to make it easier for your crazy boyfriend to get a gun,
Yeah.
or they don't want to make it harder for your crazy boyfriend to get a gun.
Yeah. Which is, by the way, the vast majority of. Do I have statistics here? Hold, please, Charlie. Now that you brought that up.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Between 1980 and 2008, more than 2/3 of people killed by a spouse or former spouse were shot. Several of the gunmen involved in the mass shootings had histories of domestic violence, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here we go. This is the thing, because John Cornyn got booed.
Mm-hmm.
Even this weak-ass thing they're not going to do.
Yeah, that to me was hilarious. Cornyn is doing the never let it be said he didn't do the least he could do. But the fact that he's doing anything at all got him booed at this convention.
Yeah.
Right. I was just so people understand, because some people may not know, current law bars people convicted of domestic violence or subject to a domestic violence restraining order from being able to buy a gun, but applies only if they have been married to or lived with the victim or had a child with them. Lawmakers have worked unsuccessfully for years to close that's what's known as the boyfriend loophole, which expands to include other intimate partners. As someone who's been the victim of domestic violence by someone I was not married to because it was not legal, there's a lot of people affected by this, Charlie. Millions of women.
Yeah, and it's now, somehow it's up for debate again.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the problems is the stuff, and this has been a problem for as long as I've been around politics. All the stuff that we thought was safe, that all the battles that people thought they won, never really ended.
Yep.
Everything is subject to rollback.
As you said, welcome
And
to
you think-
1857, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your arms
Yeah,
and legs
it's terrific.
inside.
I'm thinking of buying a Schiffer robe and perhaps have a coachman with a couple of horses and maybe buy some land in Iowa territory.
Sure. Why not? A Schiffer robe.
All right, say goodbye to
Isn't
your.
that a great word? Doesn't it sound like negligee, but it's really furniture?
Well, I only hear it when you want to bust up a Schiffer robe, from To Kill a Mockingbird.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I always, the first thing I thought of was she wanted him to tear her negligee.
Yes, that kind of sounds like that.
It's a dresser.
Yes.
It's I don't know.
All right, I picture whatever it is you doing it to Jody Hamilton.
This has been your language hour.
Right.
with
All right,
Charlie
goodbye. We
Right.
say goodbye to your lover from her fainting couch and her Schiffer.
Farewell, Jody. I'll talk to you all next week.
And make
Hopefully-
sure to read his columns from
Yes.
Esquire, because they're brilliant and they're going to cover the hearings
Yes.
so well. So
All right.
Yes.
All right.